Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for, sorry y'all, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 5, Episode 4, A Lowdown Dirty Shade. Lowdown Dirty Shade. There we go with these titles. Here we go with these titles. Listen, can I get the job for naming the titles of the episode? I would love to. I would love to. Anyway, Tisha and Marceau, we see them driving up that long, steep hill to Scott Manor that still is just dirt and more dirt and rocks and grass. So that's all. That's all we got. It's just a paved dirt road up the hill. Marceau basically, they ain't got no money. They ain't got no money to finish it. They ain't got no money to start nothing. I guess it's just on pause right now because we got to get the coins together. Marceau says that they have a long way to go. We go back to 2019 where we were still saying we got a long way to go. Tisha tells Marceau that she told her mom that they would invest in the food truck. Of course, Marceau is like, I don't know what you told her that for because I ain't doing none of that. He's still worried. Does the truck even work? Does it drive? Tisha say, well, mama said that she drove it around the neighborhood. So yes, it works. And he's like, your mama could have lied so that you'll give her the loan. But Tisha trusts her mother. Marceau does not trust her mother. So that's where they are with that. Sorry, I was getting a message. Tisha says that it's funny that you want Martell back into the business, but you don't want to do nothing when it concerns my mama. Like, how is it that you're so forgiving and patient, with Martell, and he was around here trying to ruin our marriage? Like, he out here saying that you had 20 girlfriends. And it's like, Tisha, you are really upset about that still? Still? Come on. If anything contributed to people thinking Marceau cheats on you, it's Marceau. It ain't what Martell said. It's Marceau and how he engages with you on this show. That's why we feel like that. Not because Martell said, oh, he got 20 girlfriends. I mean, it might have been like a little cherry on the top, but that is not why we feel like that. At least not me. That really had nothing to do with it. I just feel like Marceau is full of shit. So that's why I feel like that. Anyway, Tisha wants to talk to Martell directly before they decide to go get back in business with him. She wants to talk to him directly about his 20 girlfriend comment. Marceau says, okay, cool. Martell, we see him going to a lot. He's about to break ground on, he's meeting Melnika there. He wants to talk to her about a wine tasting, as well as the rumor that's going on about them. And so she shows up or whatever, and their interaction is kind of awkward. Her demeanor is kind of like, let's get to it. What you want? Let's hurry up and get this scene filmed so I can get out of here. I got to get back to what I was doing. That's her whole thing. And he's just kind of like, trying to set the scene. And it's like, I wish y'all just come on with it. I wish somebody just come on and say what they got to say. He tells her that he wants to do the wine tasting in Huntsville this time, a do-over for the family. This time we're going to acknowledge uncle, mama, cousin, sister, grandmama. We're going to acknowledge everybody this time. And so she gonna work it out. Also, okay, so she's like, okay, so what we doing here? What we doing here? You got some plans for this? And he shows her. He goes and says the plans are in the car. But before he talks about the plans, he tells her about the rumor. He said Destiny told me, that Kimmy told her, that Melody told her, that basically, they was smashing. They had a sexual relationship. And he's just telling her in case she and her husband hear something like that, they know where it comes from. And she's a little taken back by that. I really feel like she had just got that news. She didn't fake that at all. I don't think you can fake that. That kind of reaction. Her reaction was kind of like, damn, why would she do that? Like, that's unfortunate. She says it's not fair that, well, really, they've never had any issues. Like they're cool. Melody sang at her mom's funeral. Melody, has been to a few of her events, and so they have a great rapport. She doesn't understand why she would do that. It's not fair that now her husband is gonna be sitting around here questioning a platonic relationship, a business relationship, because she out here saying that they sleeping together. And then they kind of flip it and tell on themselves. Then there is some truth and validity to what Melody is saying. And now it's different. Now it's like Martell is saying, well, I mean, we ain't had sex since high school. So like, why would I be having sex with you now that you're a married woman with, a whole husband? And she's like, I mean, but you cheat, right? And if you did, so what? Because you cheat, right? I mean, it don't matter who I'm sleeping with, who I slept with. It don't matter. I'm like, wait, what? Martell did the same thing. What? Wait, huh? Where are we going with this? Because at first I was with you, girl, and now it's, well, I mean, but if I did. So did you or didn't you? So have y'all fucked or not? Were you or not? I'm gonna say that high school and maybe post high school, cut buddies. Somebody that, she knocked down from time to time. And I think that, she grew out of that. Okay, you married, I'm married, we ain't got to do that no more. Melody is probably thinking that she's a sexual partner that he's kept this whole time. I'm starting to believe that. Like, I don't know. That whole conversation was just, excuse me. It was weird. Melody is cleaning up her back porch. Her mother's in town. And her mom did an interview. And she was asked about, Wanda's actions and how she feels about all of that. All the social media mess. And Mel said she was proud of her mom. She handled herself well. She don't have a problem with her mom. Now she's on this platform. Now she's outdoing her own interviews and all of that. She feels like, a mom gonna do that anyway, especially when it involves somebody coming for her child. So she don't have no problem with it. Mel brings up her mom's posting. Her mom will be posting, and she posted a picture of Tisha in one of Melody's team wife shirts. And Vanessa be trying to play like she ain't shady. And now that I don't like. And she jumps down and plays in the mud too. It's not just Miss Wanda. She does it as well. And I'm tired of her pretending like it's always just in retaliation when you just went out your way to do that. Talking about it's fun shade, it's light shade. People love to, oh, it's just light shade. Shade is shade. Don't shade me at all, bitch. What? Don't shade me. Don't throw no shade my way. Not no fun shade, not no cute shade, not no light shade. Don't throw shade my way. Because I'm going to always take it as shade. And then my rebuttal is going to be shady or confrontational. And then you're going to be looking at me like, what did I do? Like, because I caught that. Don't throw me no light shade. Don't do it. Because my response to you ain't going to be a good one. And then you're going to be wondering why I'm acting like I'm acting. It's like, nah, why you being weird to me? Van says it might have been a little shade. I bet. And so they took it that way. The Scotts took it that way. And so Marceau then posted a picture of 2 Coke bottles, when I don't know if they're still putting the names on the Coke bottles, but at the time they were. And there was one that said Vanessa and the other one that said Scott, and they were put together, Vanessa Scott. So then we get into this whole situation where it's almost like we're trying to get in front of something where I'm not buying none of it, Vanessa. I'm not buying none of it. But anyway, apparently Vanessa, like we heard about Vanessa and Mark in the last reunion, and that Marceau and Maurice's other brother, I'm assuming this is a half brother, he and Vanessa had a relationship. She liked to say it wasn't no relationship. And she's also upset with Martell, feeling like he's jumped ship. And now, before when he was singing her praises and, defending her, now it's, now he's on the side with the Scotts, really trying to paint a picture like I was in a relationship with that man and we were just friends. They asked Melody in the confessional, so who is Mark Scott to Marceau and Maurice? And she says, nope. Next question. You're not going to answer no questions about that? Nope. Not one. So y'all lying. Like, girl, don't play with me, Melody. Now, listen, with all due respect, y'all playing in our face. That lady was in a relationship with that man. Okay, so what? Is he married or something? I'm trying to figure out why she's trying to, you know, act like, oh, I'm not dating him. They must have been screwing. You know, she's a good Christian woman. Maybe she don't want that image out there that she out here having the sex. But I don't know. But I mean, if the man had nudes, then y'all was doing something. Girl, stop trying to pretend like you wasn't in no relationship with that man. Like, why we hiding? Bring Mark. Let's bring Mark on the show. Bring Mark to the show. Somebody needs to invite Mark out somewhere. Marceau needs to invite Mark out to do something so we can lay eyes on Mark. I need to know what is this? Maybe Mark married. Maybe he married, and that's why Van don't really want to be associated with him. She don't want that. She don't want that coming out. Anyway, I feel like that's it. Oh, the Cokes. The reason for the Coke, the whole thing, you know, behind the Cokes. Mark took a picture of those Cokes and sent them to Van. And Vanessa sent them to Tisha. This was back when they were dating. And she said she sent them to Tisha because she felt like, oh, he kind of moving a little bit fast, saying that his mama, somebody told him that he was going to marry a woman named Vanessa and they was going to have a great marriage. And then Tisha's like, oh, yeah, she did say that to him. She confirmed it. And so, you know, she really used to be in correspondence with Tisha about Mark a lot. She would ask questions about him, all of that. They were dating. But she loved to just say, oh, wait, that's just my friend. I bet, Vanessa. I bet that was just your little friend. Anyway, Martell, he meets with Tisha at Black. And Tisha, of course, the first thing she bringing up is the whole Team Wife t-shirt and all of that. And she's bringing it up casually, like it wasn't a calculated... Like this isn't calculated. Like she ain't really just bringing this up to talk to Martell about it. Because why are you talking to Martell about what Vanessa did? Anyway, they talk about that. Martell feels like, wasn't that positive? That's a positive thing, right? I mean, I guess it is, because positive on both sides. Because, I mean, you're supposed to be supporting the wives. Yes, I am a wife. Or on the flip side, then it's, you know, you done brought me some publicity and some money. You know, people, you done brought me customers. So, I mean, both of y'all win-win. I don't even know why we talking about it. Tisha talks to them about, you know, Tisha says that she felt like it was intended shade, which it was. And she says that she knew about the post with the Coke bottles because Tisha's the one that had the picture. Marceau's the one that posted it, but Tisha got the picture from Van. When she used to text me and talk to me about Mark all the time. She was one of their employees at Scope, and that's where she met Mark. And they supposed to be working on projects, and they dating. Anyway, she changes the subject, you know, to more important things, and she asks him, what is it, you know, exactly that you want to do with Scope? And Martell, you know, thinks that he can help take the business to a whole nother place, you know, like where they could not only build hotels, but own them. So he has big dreams, big goals. When it comes to her, she's like, I remember the vision and all of that. That's really been the vision from the beginning. And she tells him that she just didn't necessarily think that they were a good business fit. They can work together, but it's like they needed to be under the right leadership, basically her. So they bought him out. And now, you know, she's the majority shareholder, so she's the one that's gonna lead them to the promised land. They need her, I guess. That's what she's saying. Y'all need me. Because before we bought it, it was in the negative, and now it's a multi-million-dollar company, so y'all need me. He ain't worried about having to follow, you know, the lead of a woman. He's not worried about that. He's just, let's just push the company forward. Of course, Tisha, you know, she want to talk about this 20 girlfriend comment. You know, Martell says that it won't get to that again. Their whole thing is, are you gonna go low again like this, or what? Like, what do we have to expect about that? Martell says it's not gonna happen again. He was in a bad place then, and don't expect for him to, you know, go to that place again. They talk about Madani, you know, you going to the opening and all of that. And what about the suites? They were supposed to be building suites on the property, but she's halted that because she doesn't own the building. And so it would be dumb to, you know, put upgrades into the building and all of that, and then he turn around and up your rent because of the upgrades you put in there. So just throwing away money is not really a good idea. The guys, they go and meet for bowling. I mean, if you would call it that, they're throwing the football at the bowling pins. But Martell, I took the kids to support Melody. It's like he's telling everybody that I took the kids to support Melody. Y'all gonna hear this. I took them to support Melody. She ain't bring them around there to support me, but I took the kids to support Melody. We get it. We get it. We get it. You're doing your best. But anyway, he shares with them that their co-parenting has improved tremendously. She's allowing the kids to call in the mornings and at night and all of that. He's able to drop by and just hug and kiss on the kids if he wants to, you know, pick them up from school early, all of that. She's giving him a lot more leeway. And Marceau is like, I mean, yeah, that's good and all, but I don't want you to just be getting affection from your kids. Are you dating anyone? And Marceau just looks, you know, like, all in my business. He talking about some, because I know you went on a date. You went on a date with my wife. And everybody looking like, say what? They talk about the conversation again that he had with Tisha. He shares everything. You know, Marceau kind of, you know, doubles down on the, we don't want no more shit out you. You know, and I think Martell gets it. I think he gets it. And then they talk about, you know, and Maurice is also proud of them. He chimes in. He's proud that Marceau and Martell have gotten back to a good place. He remembers when they started Scout and all of that. And so he's happy that they could go through that storm and come back and work together. They talk about the posts, you know, and Marceau is like, I mean, if her post wasn't shady and it was, you know, about marriage, mine was about marriage too. Touche. Touche, Marceau. Touche. They all get a good laugh too, because Van is really trying to play like she ain't in a relationship with Mark. Marceau say she paying child support. I said, not child support. Martell said, why? Why she doing that? She paying child support. It's like, Martell, that's your kid's grandmother. Don't let Marceau drag her like that. You done took a few steps forward with Melody. You done took them backwards now, because she done seen that, and I know she upset that you was just sitting up laughing with your friends talking about that girl mama. Anyway, again, they need to bring Mark on the show. All right, Madani's reopening. She got some vendors there. Tisha's daughters, they have nail polish. I said, go ahead. Why y'all don't be talking about this kind of stuff? Bring the girls on and show us them creating their different samples, their colors, all of that. We could have been talking about the girls and their nail polish line, but you want to talk about Wanda and what's on social media. That's the storyline, Tisha. Your girls got a nail polish line. Granted, it's about them, but come on. That is interesting. We didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. But anyway, they were one of the vendors. Of course, Wanda is providing the food. Oh, and Contessa and Scott were there. And this was weird. The editing was just weird. We saw Contessa and Scott in the building, loud talking. We could hear Contessa. I don't even know if she might, but we could hear her talking to Maurice. And a little bit later, a little bit later, I don't know if it was a few scenes later or what, but then we see Contessa and Scott enter the building like they weren't just in the building a few scenes ago. It's like, y'all edited that dumb. Y'all didn't notice we could see her And then you're going to try to reintroduce her like we didn't just see her. Anyway, am I the only one that picked up on that? Marcel and Tisha, they pull up in their sports car. Tisha can barely get out because it's basically on the ground. Martell asked Destiny if she invited Mel. And she says, you know, oh, Mel's right here. No, I said, did you invite Melody? So do you like that I painted the cabinets black? Don't be asking me about Melody. Anyway, girl. And like I said, then contestant and Scott re-enter the room like they weren't just in the room. We see Melody pulling up to the function. And that's where we get our to be continued, because it's going down next week. It's going down. Meet me in the parking lots. It's going down. It's going down. These people finna be fighting. Fighting. And I'm here for it. I'm be watching it. I'm not here for the fighting, but you know, I'm here for the fighting. Anyway, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.